freshman year, it was something that was very important to me and our team, and it was actually something that drew me to Babson in the first place. One of the first games that I came and watched the team play when I was being recruited, it was something that I noticed. I noticed that Coach Rice had his team standing on the blue line until the full national anthem was played, and it really was a huge selling point for me in going to Babson because it was something that I felt so personally attached to, given my brother's service to the country. So obviously with Norwich, there's a interesting kind of uniqueness about that because they are partially a military school. So they very much do the same thing, and as the way that I had learned about this was from my brother when he played in Army. Army was always the last team to move after the national anthem. They would wait until the song was finished while a lot of other teams would be off the blue line before the national anthem finished. So when we went up to Norwich, the first couple times we would have a standoff, but it wasn't like it was our senior year until myself and Smitty and Zeke and Lear were the captains, and we said, we're not moving until they move. And so when we played them early in the season up there, the same thing happened, and they were the first team to move. And I'm sure that they probably caught some flack from one of the officers or whoever might have been at the game when we played them in the season, because when it came to the playoffs, we were standing there. No one moved. It was insane. I mean, I've never. People didn't know what to do in the stands, and it wasn't that. It was like it wasn't that it was a show of we're gonna stand here longer just because we're doing it despite you. It was a showing of we all believed in what we were doing that for, and we weren't going to be the first ones to give in. And that was kind of, again, something that I think played throughout the entire game.
They played both the Canadian and U.S. national anthem, so you're standing on that blue line for 5 to 6 minutes anyway. And then when the standoff happened, we always, as a team, after every anthem, regardless of who we're playing, we just pause and take a second, to reflect on, what we're about to do, but also just the anthem and, what the anthem stands for, especially with someone like Trevor and, his family being, have the military background with his brother, who's first lieutenant in the Army. And then, when it came to the Norwich, we realized that they always kind of waited for us to move in all the games that we played, and then they would immediately move after. So we said, you know what, let's mix it up. Let's wait them out. And yeah, it was a long standoff. Trevor and I stood next to each other on the blue line, and I was like, man, we gotta, this is getting ridiculous. We gotta make a move here. And he was like, no. Unfortunately, I pulled the trigger after about 45 seconds because my legs were starting to shake.
Going into that night, we had a really good sense that, we were a good team. We were a championship team. Whether we win or not, we felt really good about ourselves. And then just to see that at the beginning of the game, it was, as a coach, it was like a really proud moment for something that isn't necessarily something you'd say, oh, what a great thing we did. I mean, the kids, I had no idea.
Now shoots it deep. Racing in after the puck is Mulvey. It's chipped around to the far side corner by Yankee, but now taken back by the Beaver defense. Mulvey steals. Yankee scores! It's number 15 on the year for number 19, and Norwich at the 3:02 mark of the first period takes a 1-0 lead.
That looked eerily similar to the first goal of last night's Castleton game. Yankee wide open in the low slot. Mulvey, a great turnover force behind the net, put it right on his tape.
Norwich up 1-0 as the Beavers control off the face-off. Kravitz back inside his own line. Kravitz steps into the left. Pass chipped up into the Norwich zone, and coming back to get it, Corey Hale, corner of his own zone, worked by two men, taps it by them up to Dzinski, and now Forkey at center with Thomas. Forkey hands it to Kyle, left circle for the shot. It was blocked away into the corner. Forkey to run it down. Forkey trying to center a pass, and now digs it out of the corner. Puck comes back to the point, and Learball with a shot, knocked down, hit bodies in front, deflects to the far side boards, And dug out down there by Forkey, around to Dzinski. It was knocked away. Thomas banks it back, left point Learvall, right side for Whittle. Drove it through wide, pinching up, trying to hold it in. Learvall does so. Puck in behind the net, Thomas, but it bounced off his stick. Now Kyle gets it back, left circle, on the point to Whittle. Whittle scooping it deep again into the corner, trying to run on it Gorman as Norwich changes up. Along the far side for the Beavers, getting knocked down hard on the play was Matt O'Neill. Puck comes to the near side boards. Babson trying to work it out of the zone. Norwich with him tied up right now, trying to slide a pass through, getting it through Whittle. Down low behind the net, and Nisgoda tried to center one. It's deflected away and all the way back into the Norwich zone. Out to stop it, Marinsek, and Learvall to pick it up. Learvall in his own zone. Near side now to Whittle. Ryan Whittle feeding one out to center, taken back by the Beavers. At their own line, Bowman shot it ahead into the Norwich zone, and back to get it, Ryan Whittle. Norwich was looking for an icing, didn't get the call. Cadets roll it to the line, not out. Beavers hold in, shot goes wide of the net as Bowman let it go from the right point. Now the Cadets regaining control, chip pass out to the center ice area, racing ahead Lawler. Over the line with Morgan, tried to drop it to Morgan, but he was turning off on a change. And the Beavers pick up the puck and come back the other way. Up over the line on the left wing side was Driscoll. He got broken up. Now stepping over the line, Heavey scoops it into the corner of the Norwich zone. And back to get it there, Courier. Round behind the net, Theta, back to Courier, left wing side. And it is Allen handing it back to Courier, to Theta at his own line, back to Courier. Now it's center to Allen. Puck bounced off his stick, however, picked up by Tzopoulos for Babson. Nick Tzopoulos puts it into the Norwich zone, stopping it behind the net, Marinsek to get it, Theta around on the far side boards, and out to center, Torrey Allen. Allen up the left wing side, dumps it in there, goes Mulvey after it into the right wing corner. Mulvey behind the net to Allen, scooping it out on the point to Hale. Hale holds it, shoots it through, it goes wide on the far side. Cadets run it down, puck back on the point. Here's a shot by Fulton, save, rebound out in front, and unable to put it away was Mulvey as he got his stick tied up. He had wide open net, and now Testa able to cover up the puck as Mulvey got knocked down. Face off in the Babson zone. It's 1-0 Tanner. It was yay on close to being 2-0 right there.
Yeah, you used the term Mulvey had his stick tied up. I would like to say that he had his stick held on that play.
Well, yeah, okay, all works out to the same thing.
But a strong play by Babson. We're not going to see calls like that in this game, though.
Now Hale to shoot it down low in behind the net to Forkey off the face-off. Dzinski along the sideboards puts it right back on the left point, catching it there and holding it in. Cadets shoot it back down low in the corner. Now puck skirts around to the near side. Thomas working it down for Dzinski. It's cut off by Kravitz. Dumped it around behind the net, and the Beavers come to center ice. With it, Donato. Donato over the line for the shot, and Matique with the glove save and holds on to it. And the face-off in the Norwich zone. 13:41 remaining in the first period. The Cadets on the goal by Yankee lead it 1-0.
And the Cadets got that fast start that we've been talking about so much over the last couple of weeks. Now Babson's come back with some good pressure of their own.
Face off to Marinsek's left. A shot by Babson goes just wide of the far side post. Letting that go right off the draw was Bonazza. Now Bonazza goes in to get the puck, far side corner. Shoveling it back in behind the net. He was trying to get it to Franklin. Franklin comes out with the puck, but he got bumped off the play by Dean Nisgoda. Nisgoda slides it across to Cotnoir and away on the right wing for Gorman at center, but a little too far, and Babson on it. They'll shoot it back in, and no icing. Cadets to play it behind the net, Theta. Near side corner with a pass, little bank pass ahead inside the Norwich line. Nisgoda laid it right back to Whittle, and now Cotnoir at center. Cotnoir stepping to the line, long shot, blockered away to the near side boards by Testa. And Babson regains, shooting the puck out to the center ice area. Theta takes it back, shot it to the Babson line. And taking back into his own zone, it's Bowman, the freshman out of North Carolina. Dumping the puck up the boards, and it deflects up into the penalty box area across the way. We'll get a face-off, 12:50 to play in the first period. Cadets with a 1-0 lead here on the Beavers.
And that fourth line for the Cadets, that energy line, Ben Morgan, Gerard McElhinney, Nevin Lawler, each shift they've been on the ice, they have definitely made a difference. They're getting the crowd into this game as well with their physical play.
Face-off center ice circle, skated off by Ryan Smith, scoops it deep into the Norwich zone. Back to get it, Theta. Comes around near corner to Mulvey. Mulvey right back to Theta behind the net. Norwich against forechecking here from Smith. Theta looking to get away, gives it to Courier. Bryce fed it ahead. It bounced away from Allen, but covering in front of the net, Theta put it out to center. Beavers Heavey puts it right back in. Now Norwich to control the puck. Pass out to center, but taken right back by Heavey. Steps over the line. Play broken up. Norwich gets it to Mulvey in the center ice area. He'll dump it in as Norwich will change. Back to get it for the Beavers. Near side corner, Shane Anderson. Long pass through center ice and all the way down. And back to play it for the Cadets behind the net. It's Fulton. Long bank pass up to Thomas at center. Tried to gun it in. It was blocked away by Kravitz. And the Beavers shoot it back to the Norwich end. Going back after it, Fulton behind the net. Fulton around on the far boards. Cotnoir here avoids a bump. Dumps the pass through center ice and down. And that's going to be icing against Norwich. Icing against the Cadets with 11:48 remaining in period number 1. Norwich 1, Babson nothing. ECAC East championship game.
And the Beavers still looking for their second shot on goal of this game. Their first shot was from just outside the high slot.
Now Donato out on the draw against Forkey. And the puck dribbles to the corner. And after it, Berto puts it behind the Norwich net. Donato got it. Up to Berto in the right circle. Tried to get it to Sterrett in front of the net. And Norwich able to clear the puck away. Sterrett was tied up by Forkey. Cadets come back over the line. Here's Thomas. Lost it off his stick. Dazinski trying to keep it alive. Did so, but now Sterrett gets the puck back. Troy Sterrett inside his own line. Got chopped on the play by Nizgoda, who got the steal. Nizgoda laying it back midpoint. Whittle was winding up for a shot. Stepping in on him. Cotnoir tried to step in.
I think that UMass Boston game was a perfect example of that coming through. You know, it was up at Norwich. It played up there. I think it won up there earlier in the year. And, we went into the locker room in between periods, and it was just like, this isn't the end. We're not letting this end this way. And I think that, the seniors that year, myself, Smitty, Zeke, PT, Lear, and Jay, we just, we're like, whatever we have to do to get this done, we're going to get it done, and we did. And I think it was kind of, a great representation of the entire season where it was like, backs against the wall, someone's going to quit, and we, just make it happen.
On the sideboards, Beavers look to work it up out of the zone. Franklin rolled it to center, stepping up, trying to break up his man, unable to do so. Morgan, and here's Babson in on a 3-on-1 opportunity, and Hazley went for a shot, threw it over the crossbar. Rebound down to the near side boards. Cadets look to get it out. Can't. No, they did. Heavey held it in, or tried to hold it in, but it snuck out over the line, and Babson is offside with 10 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first period.
3-on-1 chance for the Beavers. I think that shot that they took deflected just slightly off of Alec Theta before it went over the crossbar.
Didn't notice which Norwich defenseman had pitched up into the zone, but it left the center iceman for Norwich, Ben Morgan, back to try to cover, and he got beat, and it was suddenly a 3-on-1. But Babson unable to take advantage. Now Norwich shooting it in. Allen racing in to get it in behind the net. Scoops it out in front. Here's Yankee again. The shot was blocked. As sliding in front of that and getting a piece of it was Matt Lear. Very good players, Lear, their fourth line center. Does things like that. Puck flipped out by Babson and down. No icing. Don't know quite why. Cadets shoot it up on the near side boards. It's intercepted. Man in front. They score! Trevor Hines has tied the game at 1-1.
Learsy blocked that shot, down in our end. Just a total, perfect example of our team and putting, commitment to the team. And I actually completely missed someone on a hit, on the forecheck after Lear. After Lear dumps the puck in, and so, just like at that point, I can remember in my mind, like, oh crap, I gotta get up and find the puck, and the puck went right to Lear. I happened to go to the net, and, it couldn't have been more perfect, the way it happened. It's like, we're however many years out we are now, and every time I talk to Lear or see Lear, we still talk about that goal. I can remember at his bachelor party, we were, recreating the goal. It was, by far the biggest goal I ever scored in my career.
Thomas inside his own line, right back to Whittle. Now back to Thomas along the right wing boards, comes cross ice, near side. Dazinski comes back to get it. Dazinski turning to get away and carries to center. Dazinski up over the line, puts it deep into the Babson zone. Fury to play the puck in behind the net. Fury works his way ahead on the left wing at center, and steering it ahead into the Norwich zone was Berto. Cadets break that up. Puck ahead through center, back into the Babson zone, and to get it, Kravitz. Kravitz turning the net to the left wing circle, scoops the pass ahead. Beavers to the center ice area. Right wing pass. Sterrett steps up over the line. Sterrett flips a backhander. Matisse got a piece, put it into the far side corner. Now Babson down low. Sterrett at the side of the net trying to shovel it out in front was Donato, and it was knocked away into the corner. Cadets pick up the puck with it in his Goda. Puts it back corner of his own zone to Theta, around to Courier, quickly up to Cotnoir on the left wing. Pass ahead through center ice, failing to connect, and that's an icing call against Norwich. 8 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first period. Norwich 1 and Babson 1.
Talk about a shift by Matt Lear. First off, he dives and blocks a great scoring chance by the Cadets at this end of the ice. Comes down to the left, gets the lone assist on the first Babson goal of the game.
He's the guy who got the puck out here along the left wing boards and got it down low to Hines. Puck back to Weideman for the shot. He scores! Jared Weideman from the midpoint, and Babson leads 2-1.
They scored pretty quickly, and that's a place when you're playing up there and they're doing well, and I think they were the #1 team in the country at that time. It can get buzzing. So Trevor scoring that goal really kind of got our momentum, got our legs going, kind of not silenced the crowd, but okay, we're in this now, fellas. And so I think I scored a couple minutes after that, and I remember the shift before they were really hemming them in, and if I remember correctly, there was an icing call, and that's why the face-off was in the zone. So it goes back to that line beforehand that was out there, doing the forecheck, kind of following our systems. And then we got the offensive zone draw off that icing call. And from there, it's just kind of, I know Gary Hazley won the draw, came right back to me. So great win by him right on the tape, and kind of just stepped into one, and his puck had eyes. It kind of, I think, found a hole, and fortunately for all of us, it went in.
So Parker Carroll in the nets. 2-1 Babson, 8:07 remaining in the period. The draw controlled by Norwich. Hale goes cross ice, and back over the line comes Allen for the shot save. Big rebound, but Mulvey couldn't reach it. Now Hale holds it in. Shooting it down in the corner, centering pass, Yonke redirecting it. Mulvey put it back to the midpoint. Cadets hold in, now the Beavers pick it up. Heavey gets it ahead at center, getting bumped on the play, and broken up was Bonazza. And the puck taken back by Mulvey. Tied up along the near side boards. Mulvey gets it free, puts it into the Babson zone. Beavers have scored 2 in a row to take a 2-1 lead. Here is Ryan Heavey in behind his own net. Starting it out. Heavey coming ahead to the center ice area and shoots one that's hit on goal. Carroll steers it away to the far side corner. And a long pass up ice to Thomas at the Babson line. Got bumped on the play, and Yonke now drives it in. Kaczynski in on the forecheck. Fury around behind the net over on the far side to Kravitz. And the puck dumped up the left wing boards out to center. Taken back for the Cadets at their own line by Ryan Whittle. Whittle forced back on the play. Throws one that comes right to the side of the net. And Parker Carroll able to cover it up. And the Cadets get in there to push Matt Lear away. Not a good pass by Ryan Whittle right there. And what have we got here in the penalty area? Going to get a penalty call, and it's on Lear, I think. Lear was up next to the goaltender, and it looks like Lear is going to get the penalty. That's a break for the Cadets of huge proportions.
That is an absolute gift right there. If you're going to call any penalty on that play, you'd think it'd be one on Norwich and one on Babson.
Lear is still appealing his case. And now the referee skating over toward the Babson bench.
I think Lear is bleeding. I think Lear is bleeding, and so he can't serve the penalty. He's got to go get worked on.
So they'll have to find somebody else to go serve it for him. Matt O'Neill is going to be the guy. And Norwich to the power play, down a goal. 7:03 left here in the first period. 2-1 Babson. Yonke out on the face-off against Sterrett. And the Cadets control back on the point to Cotnoir. Shooting it through, saved by Tester. Rebound run down along the side of the circle by Allen. To Theta, back to Allen, top of the right circle. Allen stick handles it. Now it's Cotnoir. Fanned on it, but right to Allen, and his shot went wide. That comes back on the right point, Theta. Right wing boards, Yonke. Back to Theta, Cotnoir at the left point. Pierre, back to Theta, back to Cotnoir. Now Pierre comes side right circle to Yonke. Threw on the other side Theta, but it bounced off his stick. Theta getting it down low. Yonke behind the net. Spins it out to Allen outside the right circle. On the point, Côte Noir. Back to Allen, down to Yankee. Yankee tried to center one, hit a leg. It'll deflect back to the point and out to center ice. Côte Noir comes back to play it. They get it over the line to Mulvey, and he's whistled down on the offside.
Slashing the goaltender.
We got up to play them. We knew that they were going to be a top 3 team in the country every year, and we thought that we could be a top 3 team in the country every year. Things didn't go our way. Obviously, they deserve everything that they won, but we wanted to be recognized at that level. So I think we elevated our play every time we did play them, and I think they knew that when we were coming in, they were going to get the best from us, but I think it was mainly we wanted the respect that they were given, that I don't think we got a lot. And again, they deserved it, but we wanted to be at that level, so we elevated our game every time we played them.
Around behind the net to Courier. Donato steps in on Courier, who protects the puck. Now gets it free to Gorman. Gorman lost it, and Courier will go back and try it. 33 on the power play, and the natives at Kreitzberg a little restless. Gorman up over the line on the left wing, shooting it deep. Thomas to get it outside the right circle. Thomas down deep. Kyle behind the net. Shoveled it out in front. Shot save. Rebound by Nizgoda, and he threw it over the net. Great chance for Nizgoda. Shot from the line by Forkey. Blockered away out of play by Testa. And we'll get a face-off in the Babson zone. Norwich comes very close to tying the game, but we'll have a face-off with 13 left on the power play.
It's a very similar play going back to the senior day game against Skidmore, where Skidmore almost tied the game with 6 seconds left. Nizgoda had to draw it to his backhand before he got the shot off. In that little transition, he lost the handle.
Now off the face-off, puck comes back on the point to Fulton. Zach shot blocked away into the corner by Driscoll. Yankee trying to feed the point, but it's taken away by Anderson. He'll shoot it down the ice. The penalty's over. And Babson back to full strength. They still lead the game 2-1. Driscoll trying to wrap up Fulton in behind the Norwich net. Cadets get away, and racing to center, Mulvey on the right wing. Dumps it into the Babson zone. Far side corners. The Cadets will change up. To get it behind the net, Kravitz gets it up on the near side boards to Ryan Smith. Works it through a man. Smith up over the line. Work to the corner. Ridden off the puck. Cadets get it back in their own zone. Pass ahead. Here is McElhaney in the center ice area to the left wing side. McElhaney broken up, trying to turn it the other way is Franklin. Shoots it into the Norwich end. Puck bouncing down into the corner, retrieved there by Smith around on the far boards. Puck comes down low in the corner for Franklin. Franklin worked by Whittle. Puck dug out now by Hazley in behind the Norwich net. Got it back in behind as the puck is finally skated off by Ben Morgan. Banks it ahead inside his own line. And Nevin Lawler putting it back deep to Courier around on the near side. Hale, long pass out in the center ice area, and it's put into the zone by Lawler. Under 4 minutes to play, first period. Norwich had the first goal. Babson's had the next 2, and they lead 2-1. Here's Dzinski at his own line. Up on the left wing for Thomas, but it bounced over his stick. Kyle trying to chase it down. Puck retrieved by Bowman. Thomas stole it from him from behind. Puck kept alive, but dumped to an open point, and the Beavers come to center. Hines handing it off, and it was scooped into the zone by Donato. Norwich rolling it out to center. Weideman on it. Tried to feed one up into the zone. It's blocked away. Whittle on the left wing to Thomas. Kyle over the line. Tried to hand a pass to Forkey, and he skated by it, and Babson back with a 3-on-2, and stepping up to break up the play on that was Theta. Beavers, though, keep it in the zone. In behind the net is Driscoll. Puck knocked away from him by Courier. Courier puts it around on the near side boards. Cadets give it away. Dzinski's pass was knocked down. He gets it back now. And Dzinski at center. Long pass. And Thomas tips it into the Babson zone. 3 minutes to play. First period. 2-1 Babson. Beavers, long pass up ice by Bowman. Into the Norwich zone to get it behind the net. Shooting it around to the far boards was Courier. Now Côte Noir ahead for Nizgoda, but it got away from him. Courier finds it at center. On the left wing to Gorman. Gorman shoots it deep. Puck carrying around. Nizgoda flying to the sideboards. Couldn't get the puck. Côte Noir does. Goes for a shot that was deflected up into the air. Cleared out to the center ice area by the Beavers' Bonazza. Now Bonazza will have to chase back as it's put back into the corner of the Babson zone. Heavey gave it up straight back to the point. Fulton for a shot. It was tipped wide of the Babson net. Puck run down Bonazza. Backboards. Fed it up inside his own line. Cadets can't make the play to keep it in the zone, but Côte Noir retrieves at center. Comes near side to Hale. Hale back at his own line. And Fulton getting it ahead, stepping over the line. Torrey Allen could get a shot away. Puck slides off his stick and right into Zeke Testa, who will cover it up. Face off Babson zone. 2:05 left here in the period. Babson leading Norwich 2-1. And the face off in the Babson zone.
Obviously Babson without Hines because he was bleeding. Also going to the bench hurt was Trevor Hines again, but he's shaking off a little shoulder burn right there.
Now the puck down in the corner of the zone. Cadets trying to get control. Allen spins it around behind the net. Picked up, however, by Fury. Rolls it around to the near side boards. Coming over after it Whittle, but the Beavers shoot it out. That's back to the Norwich zone. And no icing is back to play it as Yankee. Yankee behind the net. Up on the right wing boards, Whittle. Tipping it ahead out at center for Mulvey. Mulvey over the line. Mulvey into the corner. Mulvey behind the net, now to the left wing side. Banks it back on the point. Here's a Learval shot, blocked out high. Learval gets it back, but it's worked by him by Donato. Donato up the wing, tried to feed one. Whittle knocked it away, and Parker Carroll comes out, gets the glove down on top of it, and covers it up. And the face-off will be in the Norwich zone. 1:18 remaining in the first period. Babson 2, Norwich 1.
It's where the Cadets are getting caught in Babson's transition offense, where one player tries to step up and lay a body check. Babson doing a really good job getting around the contact, creating odd man chances.
Now Theta off the draw, puts it around behind the net to Cotnoir. Back to Theta in his own zone. His pass tipped to the near side boards as it was knocked down there along the near side. Now Tzopoulos tried to center one. Cadets able to block that away. Inside his own line, trying to work it up the boards, unable to do so. On the play was McElhaney as the Beavers hold it in. It's out to center. Boleman drove it back in, delayed offside. They tagged up, but somebody stepped in before the tag up. It was Driscoll, and they'll whistle it down on the offside. Driscoll didn't wait quite long enough before stepping in as one of his teammates came out to tag up. 47.9 left in the first period. Babson 2, Norwich 1. Cadets got the lead on a Yankee goal. Beavers answering with a pair. Off the draw, puck controlled by the Cadets. And in the center ice area, Dean Nizgoda. Left wing over the line. Cotnoir back to Nizgoda looking for the tip, and it went wide into the corner. Now it's back to Hale along the right wing boards. Shoveled it up. Puck chipped up into the zone. But the Beavers able to dump it out to the center ice area. Knocking it down was Hale. Steered it into the Babson zone. 25 seconds. Ryan Heavey in behind his own net, chased by Dean Nizgoda. Gorman steps in as well. Gorman able to come up with a steal momentarily. Heavey got it to the line, now it's out to center. Cotnoir gave it away as he handed it to Bonazza, but covering on that was Hale. 10 seconds in the period. Cadets up at center, they'll tip it deep, and that should about do it for the period. Beavers back behind their own net. Anderson holding it back there, and the clock ticks down, and period number 1 is in the books. Norwich got the lead, but Babson answering with a pair. And after one period of play in the ECAC East Championship game tonight here at Wrightsburg Arena, it's Babson 2 and Norwich.
I wanted to go to a school where I could further, obviously, my academic career, as well as be able to invest my time in sports and hockey.
For me, it was like getting the best of both worlds, the ability to play on a hockey team that year in and year out is ranked nationally, and then also get an education from a business school that's ranked nationally for entrepreneurship and business in general.
You know, I think one of the things that makes Babson a really unique place is that the student athlete has an opportunity to mirror the excellence that the college stands for. We're amongst the best of the best in the world, in athletics, in academics, in alumni network, in lifetime success, in job opportunities and careers. And there's so few of us that can offer that to a young man or woman when they're looking to get involved in college athletics.
In the classroom, it's a lot of real life situations. Being a freshman and going through the FME process of running my own business and learning the ins and outs of it and seeing what can go wrong, how to correct it. There's a lot of real life situations in that, which will definitely be helpful in the future.
Also, there's a lot of great community events as well as networking that you can reach out and meet new people as well.
I think we can offer the best of all worlds. We can offer a small, traditional New England college campus and environment. We can offer a world-class education. We can offer urban proximity, which a lot of our competitors are more rural schools. So we have a little bit of everything that people may look for in their college experience. But I think when they walk through the doors, when they come to the rink here, when they put on the practice jersey, when they put on the game jersey, when they're training with Coach St. Cyr in the weight room, they want to be great. They want to be excellent. And so I think the passion to be great or excellent, if there was one thing, we want really passionate young men.
Everyone's on the same page. Everyone knows what's expected of them. And just having the mentality that we're going to do everything we can to, put in our best effort. And when we put in our best effort, we're pretty successful. So,
the hockey program here is a very tight-knit community. We do a lot of things together, whether it's eating breakfast together or coming down to the rink and doing a team stretch and a team workout, or just after practice, like shooting around together. We do a lot of our things together, and that's what makes us so close as a team.
We do anything for each other. Our teammates are our brothers, the people we go to battle with every week. So there's a really tight bond, and that tight bond is what, in a tough game or a tough practice, pulls us through. If you like it when you visit, if you like Babson, if you like what you see down here at the rink and at practice when Coach Rice, that's just the tip of the iceberg, because he just offers so much more.
This was the third time in 4 years that we were up at Norwich competing for the title there in the ECAC. And the first year, it didn't go very well. The second year, we lost it overtime. So, we've been there, but we just couldn't get over that hump. And I think 2 or 3 weeks before the championship game or championship weekend, we played Norwich at Norwich, and it was the first time that we went in there and beat them, regular season or playoffs. So just kind of getting that momentum, I feel like we almost got over that hump, gave us the confidence that we needed. So when we did take on them in the championship there, we weren't scared, we weren't intimidated, we were ready to go, and we got the win.
Their goaltender, Mr. Testa, will defend the net to our left at the north end here. And the Cadets with Parker Carroll in relief of the starter Matik Marinsek. Parker will defend the south goal to our right. Tanner, it's incumbent on Norwich to get the next goal here.
Yeah, it really is. They're already put themselves behind the 8 ball to this point. They came out flying in the first 10 minutes of the first period. See if they can match the intensity that they had in those first 10 minutes of the game.
Underway in the second, puck to the Babson line, and it is Heavey. Stepping up the left wing side, pass deflected up in the air, knocked down by Allen. He got checked by Driscoll, but Allen gets it back. Torrey up over the line, stops along the left wing boards. Allen spins it down low, Yankee in the corner. It bounced off his stick, Yankee getting it back under pressure. Got rid of it, puck comes back on the point, and a shot by Courier is deflected by Tezopoulos and high up off the mesh above the glass. And a face-off in the Babson zone, 24 seconds into the second period. Babson a 2-1 lead.
Cadets coming out already trying to get some offense here. Shot just barely tipped.
Forkey comes on with Thomas and Dzinski for the face-off of the Babson zone. Puck squirting to the backboards. Kravitz skates it in behind his own net up on the far side boards. Puck to the blue line as Thomas put a big hit on Ryan Smith. Shot goes in wide of the net. Now puck comes back on the point. Cadets feed it down low, but it's knocked away and out to the center ice area, retreating to get it inside his own line. It is Fulton. Banks it ahead to Thomas, center ice area. And they take a run at Kyle as Smith, who got hit by Kyle, comes right back. Over the line, though, is the man Corey Hale, of all people, in fairly clean, but he shot it well wide of the net. Puck down along the near side boards in the Babson zone. It squirts around to the far side. Over there to pick it up, Berto rolled it up the boards, but it's stolen by Forkey. His shot goes wide of the net. Thomas to get it in the corner. Puck bouncing away, and Babson comes to center with Sterrett up the right wing. Sterrett bumped off the play by Nizgoda. Cadets to get it as Learval puts it around on the far side boards. Now Norwich in behind their own net. Learval getting it back in the left wing corner. Pass ahead, Nizgoda. His pass tipped up in the air, bouncing into the zone. Stepping in Berto. He got knocked flying. Cadets using the body here in the second. Cotnoir ahead on the right wing to Nizgoda. Nizgoda for the shot, and goes in behind the net, comes back on the point to Learval. Learval down low, puck bouncing away, and the Beavers will clear it out and come to center with Berto. Berto broken up, Combined efforts of Gorman and Whittle. Now the puck rolling back into the Norwich zone. And to get it, Eric Learvall. Up on the far side, pass failing to connect, comes out to center. Heavey steps ahead for the Beavers. Got knocked down on the play. Cadets pick it up, stepping back over the line. McElhaney with a shot. That went wide. He's on his own rebound. Threw it out in front, and it's picked off there by Bonazza, and the Beavers work it out to center. Cadets taking it back, put it back into the Babson zone. Ben Morgan racing in on the forecheck. Puck flipped around, though, on the far boards. Bonazza, pass deflecting out at center for Franklin. And we're going to get a whistle as getting hit for the Beavers was Jay Hazley. Got knocked right out from under his helmet. And when his helmet came off, they automatically blew the whistle. No penalty. They'll just face it off at center ice.
I think he's trying to lobby for a penalty call right here, but that's just a good, clean hit by Nevin Lawler. The Cadets coming out, and they are throwing the body around here in the first 2.5 minutes of the second.
Face off at the dot just outside the Babson line out to the left of Testa.
Babson bench also calling for a contact to the head penalty, but
Hazley trying to get his helmet buckled. Can't get it done, and now he'll skate over to the bench. And they'll replace him with Lear coming on. And Lear on the draw against Yankee. Keep an eye on Lear, although he gets chased out. He won't take the face-off. Keep an eye on him because he's a real physical guy. He's apt to start returning some of this stuff in kind. Here is Allen at center. Got knocked down as he stepped across the center ice circle. Cadets get the puck back. Yankee trying to scoop one in, knocked down by Babson. And they steer it ahead to the Norwich line, going back to get it Hale in the far side corner. Hale goes behind the net, near side with a pass. Allen avoids the man, coming to center. Got bumped on the play, but keeps going. Here's Torrey over the line.
I guess I really wasn't thinking about like my performance of play. I think it was just more like focusing, one shot at a time. I mean, Jamie came in and turned heads right away. Just went on a historical run. I mean, his resume speaks for itself. But in the moment, senior year, wanted to do well for the team, and then obviously the best thing for the team at the time was Jamie taking over, for that stretch. So I just made sure to compete every day, push him, push the team in practice. So when I did get my opportunity, I hopefully wouldn't miss a beat, or I wouldn't give up that, opportunity to keep playing. Kind of staring at the end of my career and figured out which way did I want to kind of go out. Obviously, it turned out pretty well, but again, I wasn't thinking, what were the results? It was just more how hard could I compete, and hopefully the results would take care of itself.
Beavers work at the center ice. Crowd is all over the referee Shea, who was right there, did not give Norwich the call. Now Dazinski inside his own line. Left wing pass, center ice. Picked up, scooped into the zone by Forkey, taken back there by Kravitz. Kravitz bumped by Thomas. Puck around to the far side. Berto to pick it up. Berto takes a bump, but Norwich missing most of it. Delayed offside. Babson able to clear the zone. Here's Kravitz up into the Norwich zone. Scoops one in behind the Cadet net. To get it, Learvall comes around on the near boards. Cadets chip it out through center. Trying to run on it is Gorman. Gorman will get there to negate the icing. Gets into the corner with Kravitz. Gorman out with the puck outside the left circle. Leaves in the corner. Cotnoir snapped it through the slot. Nobody able to get a piece. There's a shot. Turning around and letting it go in his Goda. And the save by Testa. And he'll hold on to it. The face-off Babson zone. We played 4 minutes and 34 seconds here in the second. And Babson leads it 2-1.
Cadets benefited from kind of an iffy slashing the goaltender call earlier in the first period. You'd almost like to see that go uncalled and then have the trip on Thomas called, because that sure looked clear-cut.
Now the puck tied up in a circle, squirts to the far boards, and Theta holds it in. Shovels it behind the net, but Heavey to get it around on the far side boards. And it's rolled out to center by Bonazza. Norwich on it. Cadets shoveling it back in, but I guess from the wrong side of the red line. Lizotte calling it very close. And Norwich is called for icing.
I think, the leadership on the team was unbelievable, and that, like you said, that stemmed from the 6 seniors and the 11 juniors that we had. And they kind of set the tone right from when we got to school. More like day one was all inclusion stuff, so we worked together as a team pretty much since the first day of school. And then kind of just all the way through kind of the training camp part of it and into the season, it was just, whatever it was, 27, 28 guys were together pretty much daily. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, class, dorm rooms, obviously at the rink, training. So we were tight the entire time, and I think the biggest thing we learned from the seniors and the juniors that year is take it seriously. You're only there for 4 years, so.
Anderson around on the far side, picked up by Bonazza. Bonazza worked by 2 men. The puck free in front of the Norwich bench. Lawler trying to shovel it back in. Evie steps to it. Lawler bumped into him. Cadets trying to steer it ahead. And the puck regained by Norwich. Cadets shooting it ahead on goal. Testa will grab it and hold on. And we will get a face-off in the Babson zone. 14:22 remaining in the second. Babson 2, Norwich 1.
Cadets fortunate not to get called for a penalty right in front of their own bench. It looked like Nevin Lawler was holding the Babson player, but he was actually getting his stick held from the wrong angle. It definitely could look like a holding infraction.
Now off the draw, puck tapped into the corner of the Babson zone. Bowman shot it hard around behind the net to the near boards. Fulton held it in. Puck knocked down in the slot and bouncing away from Mulvey. And the Beavers come back to center. They'll bounce one into the Norwich zone. We get a Beaver knocked down on the play. Norwich going to touch up the play. And we get a roughing call against Norwich, called by the same referee who did not call the play on Thomas. Referee Shea has a rough on Torrey Allen. And Babson's going to get a power play, and Pierre Cotnoir is asking Shea about it. And McShane wants an explanation from Shea. I don't know about this one. Mike may still be getting the question in, Tanner, about the one on Thomas that was not called.
He might be saying, if that's not a penalty, how is this one? Got to look on the replay there. You just see it in the top corner of the screen.
It felt like we had played up there, 10 times in a row in games like this. We played in their tournament. We played in the championship a couple of years in a row. It's a tough place to play. Always has been. They've got great teams. They got great support. But that team was really just kind of a unique group that way. Just a great group of guys. And as I said, you get the fourth line scoring the first goal of the game. You get a freshman defenseman scoring. It was kind of karma.
Center ice circle. Cotnoir on the draw against Driscoll. And Driscoll won it clean back to Heavey. Heavey comes near side. Hazley. Pass ahead. Up over the line comes Driscoll. Spinning at the right circle. Lost it. Cadets shoot it out all the way down. And they'll change up the penalty killers as Yankee and Mulvey come on. Heavey starting it up out of his own zone. Up in the middle to Tizopoulos. Tapped it to the Norwich line. Gets it back himself. Tried to shovel it deep. Now it's picked up. Bonazza tried to feed the point for Heavey, but it was off the mark. And back to play it at his own line, Hazley. Shovels it up Bonazza. Bumped in front of the Norwich net. Puck picked up. Stepping ahead, Hazley. Up over the line. Fakes the shot. They go offside. And the face-off comes outside the Norwich line. 1:15 left on the Babson power play.
Cadets able to change up the penalty kill D pair there, as well as a couple forwards.
Face off at the dot out beyond the blue line to the right of Parker Carroll. Norwich on the puck off the draw, and they fire it all the way down. It was cleared away by Courier. Now the puck picked up by Weideman to center ice. Right wing pass, Kravitz ahead for a Beaver crossing the line, and the puck was deflected up out of play by Corey Hale. And they are going to say it was deflected by Hale, which is the right call, and they're going to face it off in the zone.
I think the deflection happened just outside the zone. I thought at least it happened right at the blue line.
Face off in the Norwich zone now, circle to Parker Carroll's right. And the puck taken to the sideboards. Hale getting help over there along the boards from Yankee. Trying to dig it out for the Beavers down in the corner of the zone is O'Neill. Now the puck free. O'Neill gets it. Left wing corner. Weideman on the point to Kravitz. Back to Weideman with that shot. It's knocked down in front of the net, and the Cadets shoot it out. All the way down. And the goaltender Testa to stop it. Weideman to get it. Up at his own line to O'Neill, who nearly lost it to Kyle Thomas. Now Weideman in behind the net. Thomas on the penalty kill forecheck along with Forkey. 23 on the Babson power play as they step into the line. Up over the line on the right wing side. Donato. Midpoint Weideman. Down low, side of the net. Bad angle shot. Puck pops up in the air, lands at the side of the Norwich net. Tizopoulos had the shot. Now Kravitz closing in. Shot is deflected up off the mesh above the glass. Face off in the Norwich zone. Just 5 seconds left on the Babson power play.
I don't think Carroll got a piece of that one. I think it tipped off a defender's stick just in front of him. Looked like it cleared him to the protective netting.
Now the face-off to Carroll's left. And the draw bouncing back into the corner. Learval tapping it deep. Learval worked by two men, gets it free to Yonke. Norwich is back at full strength, but the puck taken back by Berto. Steered one through, and Parker Carroll got the pad on it, low near side. Norwich to the line, got it out to center. Yonke trying to pick it up. It's taken back by Sterrett. Sterrett stepped it back over the line on the near side. Now they shovel it deep into the Norwich zone as Berto and Allen come together against the boards. Cadets shooting it ahead to center. Berto knocked it down, trying to shovel it back in. Now Sterrett picks it up. It was knocked off his stick, and Mulvey comes back to get it. Mulvey trying to throw it up the glass. Threw it instead into the penalty box across the way. And the faceoff will come back into the Norwich zone. 11:36 in the second period. 2-1 in favor of Babson.
Get another look at Nizgoda between Cotnoir and Gorman. This has been a high-energy line all throughout the second period.
Norwich to control the puck off the draw. Hale in his own zone, trying to shovel it up the boards. Nizgoda got tied up by Driscoll. Cadets get the puck free, flipping it out to the center ice area. Kravitz at his own line to play it. Kravitz forced back, is back in behind his own net, watched by Cotnoir. Kravitz got it around far side to Fury. Back to Kravitz. Kravitz pass up to his own line. Gets it back from Tezopoulos. Shot it out to center. Hale on it. And he'll plant it back into the Babson zone. Kravitz along the near side boards. Forced off the puck by Cotnoir. Behind the net, Nizgoda was broken up. Now it's Driscoll rolling it around to the far side. Fury goes over after it. There to meet him is Gorman, but the puck scooped away by Smith, and he rolled it back to the Norwich line. Cadets to play the puck. Cross ice in their own zone. Back to get it in the corner is Corey Hale. Back behind the net to Fulton. Fulton up on the near side boards. Cotnoir tipped it out to the center ice area. Bouncing puck knocked down. Now waiting for the team to get on side. It's Morgan getting it over the line for the shot by McElhaney, and the gloves.
Definitely knowing that we could beat them was a big mental hurdle to overcome. And I think almost more importantly, they knew we could beat them, right? So I think they had a huge intimidation factor for everyone that they played against, but knowing that we could beat them, I think caused them to overreact, panic when things didn't go their way. And speaking to the championship game, we get out to a 2-1 lead in the first, I think it was, and they pulled the goalie after 2 quick goals. It was a 1-goal game, and I think they just tried to overcompensate for that scenario because they knew we could beat us. We were just focusing on what we could control, but definitely knowing that we could get the job done helped, but I think it hurt them more knowing that we could do it as well.
Forkey lets it go to Thomas in the corner. Thomas wheeling down low. Kyle pass tipping back on the point. Theta shot it, saved by Testup off the chest. I don't know if he saw it, but he got the chest on it, blocked it away. Puck into the corner of the zone. Thomas to dig it out down low. Thomas had it knocked off his stick. Forkey turning in the corner, centering a pass out. Picked off, starting up out of the zone. Bowman, but he fell down. Now Weideman behind his zone net. Weideman putting it around to the near side boards. Babson to pick up the puck. They shoot it ahead to the center ice area. Mulvey knocked it down. Sends Yonke back over the line, but it was knocked away. Mulvey forced it back in. And the Beavers regain inside their own line. Stepping ahead to center near side. It is bounced into the Norwich zone, and Parker Carroll had to be alert on a bouncing puck. Flipped in by Max Franklin. Now the puck down along the near boards. Puck comes back to the blue line. Holding it in and gunning it hard up off the glass was Heavey. Now the puck in behind the Norwich net, clearing it around Courier, but it's stolen by Donato. Along the far boards, turning with it, going for a shot is Sterrett, and Parker Carroll able to track it and makes the save and holds on. We'll get a face-off in the Norwich zone. 9:08 remaining in the second period, so we are past the midway point, and it's 2-1 Babson.
And the Cadets with the continued offensive zone pressure, but they've got to be careful on this pretty deadly Babson transition game.
Norwich up with the puck. They come to center on the left wing on the rush. It's Cotnoir. Cotnoir for the shot. Saved by Testa. Big rebound, but he put it out beyond the arm-charging Nizgoda. Puck to the blue line. Cadets hold in. Whittle with the shot. Glove saved by Testa. And he holds on. And if Zeke Testa is going to have that 46 minutes from hell that he had last night, he can start any time now. That would be fine.
I love that play by Will. Kept it at the line, let a quick shot go. Don't even let Testa get set.
Face off in the Babson zone. Cadets trying to steer it up into the slot. Now Whittle with a shot. It was blocked out high, and Sterrett steered it out to center. Learval will put it back in. And behind the net, Kravitz. Or check that, it was Anderson getting it out to center. Puck tied up in front of the Babson bench. Worked free by Ben Morgan. Shot it ahead for Lawler. Went by him. Lawler racing into the corner. Puck knocked away by Anderson. And the Beavers pick it up. Stare it up the right wing at center. Muscles the puck deep into the Norwich zone. Here's Trevor Hines. He had their first goal in the right wing corner. And the puck off his stick. Lawler laying it back in the corner of the zone. Cadets playing it up the far side boards. It's chipped out to center by McElhaney. And now Kravitz with it. Kravitz up to the line with a pass. Turning along the near side boards is Lear. Puck back in behind the Norwich cage. Cadets scoop it to the boards. Fury pinched up to steal it. But now Norwich takes it back to the center ice area. McElhaney, and he puts it back into the Babson zone. 7:50. Time remaining in the second period. And a 2-1 Babson lead. Cadet puck into the Cadet zone. Back to play at Courier. Both teams getting changes. Long up ice pass. Cadets in the center ice area. Stepping over the line on the left wing, it is Kyle Thomas. Thomas going behind the net. Threw it right out in front. And it was cleared away by a Babson defender in there. Driscoll able to knock it away. Now the puck skirting past Courier. Tezopoulos picks it up 2-on-1 if they hurry. Tezopoulos out for the shot. Big save by Parker Carroll. Rebound. Saved by Carroll. Two big ones by Parker. And back comes...
It's to be expected when you're playing a team of that caliber, and especially in their home place for a championship, they're going to come out and throw everything at you. So, kind of just dial it back to the basics and play our game. I think that year I would have put us up against anybody in a one-goal game. Obviously, Sheik was an All-American and was absolutely a stud between the pipes for us. So we knew we had that guy in the back that was going to pick us up whenever we needed anything. So just kind of keep it simple, find the open guys, and let's play in their end as much as possible. So really just dialing it back to the basics as much as possible.
It's knocked down by Learval. Whittle up on the far boards. And trying to tip it in on the far boards was Mulvey. Apparently didn't get a piece. And Norwich called for icing. And the face-off comes back into the Cadet zone.
I don't know if we've seen the Cadets get nailed for this many icing infractions. They're just not connecting on those long up ice passes.
Face-off circle to Carroll's right. Into the corner to get it Whittle. Around on the near side boards. And it is Allen circling back in behind his own net. Worked by the winger Franklin. Cadets get it to center, but Evie steals it, works it back over the Norwich line. Cadets poke it away, pass just beyond Mulvey's reach. And shoveled away back out to center by Anderson. Delayed offside against Norwich. Cadets tagging up and changing up. And the Beavers regain the puck as Evie comes to center. Dumps it in wide of the Norwich net. Up into the corner, back to play it for the Cadets. Corner of his own zone, Learval. Learval handing it off now. Looking for skating room, Nizgoda to center. Right wing to Whittle. Whittle broken up on the play at center ice. Learval comes back to help. Learval cutting in front of his own net. Pass ahead to his own line to Cotnoir. Right wing for Gorman. It went by him, but he'll chase into the corner against Fury. Gorman rides Fury off the play. Cotnoir from a bad angle, and it deflects in behind the net. Rebound picked off by Kravitz. Flipped it out to the center ice area. It was blockered down there by Hale. Back into the Babson zone, but Kravitz has it again. Shot it ahead through center. Back into the Norwich zone. And that's icing against the Beavers. 5:47 remaining in the second period. And the crowd, a little Bronx cheer on the icing call against Babson.
Cadets slowly turning up the pressure as every minute goes by in this game. Some really good offensive looks that time. A shot from the far side that was just deflected in front of the net.
Face-off circle to Testa's right. And Fury takes it behind his own net. Fury waiting. Fury still waiting. Now steers it to the right wing side. Kravitz, they tip it to the line. Kravitz gets it back. And on the right wing to Troy Sterrett. Sterrett cutting, gets it in front for the shot. Carroll the save. Big rebound pops up in the air. It's loose in the goal mouth. And Carroll, with help from Dzinski, able to get it covered up down there. And we'll get a face-off coming up in the Norwich zone. 5:26 remaining in period number 2. I'd love to get another look at this. We'll see if we can on our NSN replay.
Could not tell you how that puck did not find its way over the goal line. Carroll made the save and it bounced up over his...
I think winning there in the regular season was a big plus. I think when you look at the year, certainly pulling your senior captain winds up being an All-American and going with a freshman, that could certainly turn a team sideways. And certainly to Zeke specifically's credit as senior captain, I mean, he was great with Jamie, just a phenomenal teammate. And I'm sure it stung. I mean, you're a senior captain and the coach is playing a freshman, and then you see the team win a little bit. But, so we had won the Middlebury tournament, and then, we went up there and won in the regular season, and won fairly convincingly. I think it was 5-1 or 4-1. We won, and that was kind of like, okay, we're in a pretty good spot right now. But having been there the year before, I mean, we had played up there to close out the regular season, or the second last game of the regular season, and tied them 4-4 maybe the year before. And then in 2010, lost to them in overtime in the championship game. So we had, kind of been on in that building playing big games, so we had been in that environment and in that game and kind of knew a little bit what to expect. But I think more than anything, it was a team that was just, it wound up becoming a streak of every kid had won a championship. That coach got broken a couple of years ago, but at that point, that class, the class of 2013, every kid we had recruited since 2005 had been a part of a championship team, and I think they kind of had a little bit of that, incentive or in the back of their, just I don't know, it wasn't an advantage, but it was certainly something I think they felt really good about, trying to leave their mark on the program.
Waits. Now to Thomas. Back to Cotnoir. One-timer. Tipped up off the glass. Rebound down to the near side. Thomas has it. Minute 8 on the power play. Cotnoir midpoint. Down low. The shot is Goda. And that's deflected up high and bounces to the far point. Cotnoir to hold in. Right side. Cotnoir handing it off. This is Forkey. Getting it down low for Gorman. Back to Forkey. Back on the point to Cotnoir. Pierre holds it. Now over for Gorman. Back to Cotnoir. Waiting. Goes for a shot. Tipped on the way in. Babson looking to clear. And they are unable for the moment to do that. Good hold by Forkey. Forkey handing it off to Gorman. Back to Forkey, right circle. Right point to Gorman. Gorman back to Forkey, side of the circle. Midpoint Cotnoir. Cotnoir holding it. Cotnoir down low, and the puck is tipped up off the glass. Not out of play. Norwich will keep it alive. Nizgoda in the right wing corner. Norwich changing up a couple of people. Shot by Cotnoir and Testa. Got a piece of that. 18 on the power play. Turning is Mulvey. Mulvey for the shot. It's knocked down in front of the net. Fanning on it, Thomas. And the puck comes out to center. And we're down under 10 seconds on the power play. Cadets right back in. Mulvey on the right wing against Kravitz. Now the puck to Yonke. Along the sideboards, it's Allen. Penalty's over. Full strength for Babson. Now with it, midpoint, it's Theta. Under pressure from the man coming out of the penalty box, and the Beavers break it the other way. Tzopoulos over the Norwich line into the corner. And the puck knocked away, but Tzopoulos going to get it back. Turns for a shot, and it just went wide. Rebound comes down to the near boards. Shot from the point by Anderson goes wide. Puck bouncing back to the far side point. Norwich to come up with it. And the Cadets out at center. Mulvey on the right wing. Ahead for Allen. It went by him. Mulvey's going off on a change. Allen goes in, gets the puck behind the net. Out in front, and fanning on it was McElhaney. And the puck all the way back to the Norwich zone. Now Norwich to play the puck. We have 2:15 left in the period. Long pass at center, shoveled ahead by Lawler, up over the line to McElhaney. McElhaney tried to get it back to Lawler. It bounced away. Able to hold in at the point was Fulton. Got it down low in behind the Babson net. And now it's near side corner. As digging the puck out was McElhaney. Got spun around. Puck back to Fulton. The shot deflected wide, far side corner. Over on it, far side point, Hale to hold it in. Hale spinning one up into the corner. Hustling after it is Morgan. Puts a bump on the defenseman Anderson behind the net. Puck comes around to the near side corner. Now getting banged into the boards hard on the play, but keeping the effort going was Cotnoir. Puck comes back on the point. Cadets holding it in. All kinds of pressure. In front, and they shot it wide. Oh, my goodness. Gorman set up all alone in front of the net. Missed it. Now it's Nizgoda at the backboards. Minute 20 in the period. Cadets wrap it out front. Puck poked away by the Beavers. They'll get it out to the center ice area. Norwich on it. ongoing, constant pressure. Here's Gorman, broken up at center ice. And Babson looks to break it the other way with a transition. Here's Berto for the shot that up off the face mask of Parker Carroll. It has broken his helmet. The helmet is off, and play is called with 1:03 left in the period. I don't know if it broke the helmet or he just knocked it off. Didn't come off on the initial shot.
It might not have broken it, but it might have loosened the chin strap there. That's why it was able to come off so easily, as Parker now kind of working on it.
1 minute and 3 seconds left. The faceoff's going to be outside the Norwich line. 1:03 left in the second. Still a 2-1 Babson lead. That's where it's been since the first period. Parker Carroll getting himself squared away over there. And the south goal to our right here at Kreitzberg Arena.
What a chance for Shane Gorman that he put just wide on the one-timer, but what a power play by the Cadets. They kept it in the offensive zone. They didn't allow the Beavers to change the penalty killers either.
Now off the draw, here's Allen. Back into his own zone, handing it off to Whittle. And Yonke. Left wing pass, but a good play at center ice to break that up by Donato. Now Norwich shoots it in. Weideman in behind the net, around to the far side boards to Berto. Berto, stick handles, comes to center. Long right wing pass, here's Sterrett. It bounced off his stick, but he got it back. Sterrett in the right wing corner. Sterrett trying to work his way around Learball. Learball forces him behind the net. Norwich up with the puck. Allen at the line. They got it out, but it's bounced in on Carroll from center ice by Bowman. Now 28 seconds of the period. Cadets at center. Racing it over the line, right wing, stopping Mulvey. The shot, the save. Rebound back to Courier. Waits, looks for an angle, didn't have one. Bounces it deep. Allen to keep it alive. It comes back on the point. There's a shot blocked away. Babson out to center. 12 seconds in the period. Coming to the Norwich line, Smith. He got bumped along the way by Courier. Puck goes in behind the Norwich cage. McElhaney worked from behind by Tezopoulos. 2 seconds and 1, and that is the end of the second period. The Norwich University Cadets with tremendous pressure, but unable to put the puck behind Zeke Testa. And after 40 minutes of play in the ECAC East Championship game, it remains.
Since the new year started, we were pretty hot. I don't remember the exact record, but I can't imagine we lost more than 1 or 2 games over that stretch. So I mean, we'd proven to ourselves between the night before and even 2 weeks prior up at Norwich, beating them, taking care of it, that we had 4 junior defensemen playing that had been there before. We had a couple freshmen. We had 4 lines that were pretty interchangeable. So there was never a matchup that we felt that we had out there that we were at a disadvantage against them. So although, and obviously with Zeke and net, who was playing out of this world at that time. So I mean, I just felt that the confidence was just with everyone in the dressing room, and we weren't intimidated. Although it was probably the longest period of hockey I've ever played in my life, it was still I think the confidence and keeping everyone, because we're all so tight as a group, just picking each other up, helping each other out, and the unselfish nature of people taking short shifts in order to make sure we stayed fresh was pretty imminent throughout the period.
Through the slot, nobody able to get that. Now Smith puts it back behind the Norwich cage. And to pick it up, Theta. Theta dumps it up on the far boards out to the center ice area. Allen turning, fed one into the circle. It's knocked down by the Beavers. Norwich in the middle of a change. Berto steps up over the line, spins outside the circle, fell down. And the Cadets back at center. On the left wing, it's Thomas. Thomas, the shot, saved by Testa. And he's down on top of the rebound as Kyle goes sliding into the backboards in behind the Babson net. We played 55 seconds in the third. Babson on top by a score of 2-1.
Anytime you see Kyle Thomas in space, you know that the chance for something amazing to happen could happen. That time, Testa, a little trouble with the rebound as well.
Now Berto controls off the face-off, worked it up the left wing boards to center, and Norwich with it back. Hale handling it off. And it's shoveled deep into the zone by the Cadets. Picked up, cross in front for Thomas, finds it at the side of the net and shovels it wide. Rebound picked up by Sterrett. Sterrett forced back by...
They talk about getting into a zone, and it's hard to describe what a zone is, and I didn't really know what it was. I didn't have too many of in my career. But definitely the third period of that game, I think it was a culmination of 4 years where we had made that championship game 2 years prior to, and we came up short. I think our senior class kind of went into our senior year saying this year is going to be different. And I think it all came full circle in that championship game. The third period alone, definitely exhausting. Again, one shot at a time. Definitely staring at the clock saying, hey, can we get down here to zero a little bit faster? But, one shot at a time, control, each individual rush play, and hopefully at the end of the day it's going to take care of itself.
Norwich rolling it back in. Weideman will play it. Comes around on the near side boards. Babson inside their own line. And stepping ahead out at center. Getting broken up was Hazley, but now it's Bonazza up over the line. Shot goes wide of the Cadet cage. Parker Carroll on the short side made a stop on Hazley as he tried to bang it out in front. Now Bonazza trying to go back down low. Puck picked up. Eric Learval comes across on the near side. And Norwich at center. On the rush, it's Morgan for the shot. Goes wide on the short side. On the rebound, Nevin Lawler. Lawler going behind the net. It was knocked off his stick. Cadets get it back on the point. With it there, Courier. Down along the boards to Morgan. Back to Courier. His shot deflected and tipped high and wide. Rebound down to the near side. Big hit by Lawler on Bonazza. Cadets get it down low. Behind the net, McElhaney. McElhaney handing it off. Stepping into the slot. Shot by Allen. Blocked out high in the zone by Bonazza. Puck held in by Courier. Good save by Courier. The shot. That goes wide on the near side. Now Yonke along the right circle. Yonke with help in the corner. Puck comes back to the point. Theta with a shot. Knocked down in front. It's lying loose. Cadets poking at it. Couldn't get it through. Yonke had the chance. Couldn't get it on the net. Now Courier at the point. Waiting. Courier handing it off Alec Theta. Back to Courier. Courier waiting. It's like it's a power play. Here's Allen circling out high. Allen tees it up. Shot pad saved by the goaltender Testa. Faded holding it in. Norwich changing on the go while controlling the puck in the zone. Now they give it away as it's swallowed up by Anderson. Anderson shooting it ahead, and here is Hazley up over the line, shifting it through, can't get a shot away as the rest of his teammates were on a change. And Norwich coming to center. Up on the left wing, it's Forkey. Forkey over the line for a shot. He threw it high up off the glass. Rebound down along the sideboards. Norwich got it down in front, but it's knocked away. And back to center comes Lear.
It's just kind of an unselfish nature when, you just got to make strong plays. And, sometimes if you go on the ice and maybe it's the defensive zone face-off, the goal of that shift may not be to score a goal. It's just to cleanly get the puck out of the zone, get it in deep, and get off. Every shift you go out there, from human nature, you think you're going to score a goal, but sometimes in a game like that that's so tight that, maybe just getting it down and getting it off in the zone face-off to the next group is considered a win. And letting the guys know after a shift like that they did a good deed for the team, and, we're just taking more time off the clock and keeping it 200 feet away from our net. So
Norwich to retain control, and they come to center. Pass, though, in behind Thomas. Forkey comes over to get it at his own line. Blake Forkey waiting. Forced back now by Driscoll. Norwich inside their own line. Pass deflecting up out of play. And we'll get a face-off at center ice 5 minutes into the third period. We remain Babson 2 and Norwich 1.
And the teams, again, just trading scoring chances here in the third period, just going back and forth. You said it, George. The Cadets looked like they were on the power play almost, just controlling it in the offensive zone for 2.5 minutes.
Now Norwich to control the puck off the draw at their own line. Puck shoveled back. Tezopoulos pressuring. Norwich threw it up to the far side boards. Babson on it, shooting it back at the Norwich end. To get it, Whittle. Handing it off, corner of his zone, Learvall, back to Whittle. Whittle waiting. Bank pass, worked to center by Mulvey, got spun around. Babson shooting it back in, but Learvall knocked it down. Puts it into the Babson zone. Testa behind the net to stop it. Handing it off Bowman, but his pass was knocked down. Whittle pinching up into the corner. Now a centering pass comes back to the blue line and all the way back into the Norwich end. Back to play at Learvall. Ahead to McElhaney over the line on the right wing side. The shot, and that's up high off the glass. Rebound down to the near side boards, out to center. Yankee laying it back at his own line. With it over there, Courier. Pass ahead. Tipped by Allen. And back into the Babson zone. There is no icing to play it Heavey behind the net. Round to the far side boards. Cadets pinching up Allen, but now it's taken away by Babson. Donato in the center ice area avoids a Courier check. Donato goes to the corner, puts it behind the Norwich cage. Puck taken back by Travis Yankee. Yankee puts it around far side to Allen. Snaps it away out at center. McElhaney, one man back. Now two, now three. And McElhaney will just shoot it deep as Norwich changes up. Puck down along the near side boards in the Babson zone. Comes back to Hale. His shot blocked out to center. Norwich on the puck. They'll gun it back in. Puck skipping around to the near side boards. And the Cadets scooping it deep. Thomason behind the net. Out in front. The shot by Dzinski. And a save by Testa. And the rebound out to center ice. Norwich back over the line. Carrying deep into the corner. It is Fulton. Gave it to Forkey. Back to Fulton. Centered one. Comes back to the right point.
Obviously, the history of Babson has had some successful teams throughout the years, and that senior class having not been able to break through yet was a huge motivation for all of us. And I think that's why they took it so seriously, and that trickled down to everybody. And we were pretty dialed in throughout the year. And it was probably a top 3 contributing factor as we wanted to go out and get one for the program, for the seniors, for everybody on the team that had really worked hard for it, including the coaching staff too.
Comes up with it. Nizgoda to work down the corner. Cadets come up with a puck, but they give it away. Turnover. Bonanza in the slot could not get a shot away. The rebound run down. And Shane Gorman up the left wing at center. Bouncing it in on Testa. He'll stop it and hand it off to Fury. Fury behind the net around the...
Every time they shot, it felt like the roof was going to jump off the place. And the thing I keep remembering, and I think I didn't recognize it till this summer till I watched it again, was the roof is coming off the place. It's jammed with 2,100 people in there. And Zeke looks like his practice on a Monday in December. He was just like, every save he made look pretty easy. Zeke had this incredible calming presence. He was a fiery competitor, but when he played, he was really calming.
Allen, and the Beavers flip it back out to the Norwich line. Puck in the center ice area, Dzinski over the line, hands it off to Allen. Allen going behind the net. Torrey Allen to the right wing corner. Allen looking back on the point beyond the reach of Courier. Has to go out to center to play it and put it back into the Babson zone. Funny bounce out of the corner as Testa had gone behind the net, but there to cover for Babson was Bowman. Now the puck back to the Norwich line, sliding to get the puck Hale, and it is taken back as the Cadets bank it ahead to center. On it for Babson at his own line, it is Heavey. Feeds it ahead into the Norwich zone. And to get it, Hale at the side of the net. Hale over on the far side. The puck taken by Kyle Thomas. Turns and now rushes. Center ice. Avoids a man. To the Babson line. To the circle. Tried to lay it out in front and it's knocked away. Puck comes back right point. It's held in by Whittle. Whittle got broken up. The puck out to center, but Learvall was there to cover. Now up to Dzinski. Steps it back in over the line. Shoots it deep behind the Babson net. Norwich to get the puck. Scooping it deep was Whittle. Babson with it, corner of their own zone. And they roll it out to center. Puck taken back, Nizgoda. Hands it off Cotnoir over the line. Right wing, here's McElhaney right in for the short side shot. And Testa got an arm on it. Might have been going wide anyway. Rebound in the corner of the zone. Babson to pick it up. Babson looking to work it out of the zone. Pass knocked down, but on the follow-up, Hebe comes to center. Cotnoir had his stick yanked out of his hand, and the Beavers flip one in on Parker Carroll, and he will grab it, and finally we get a whistle. 10 minutes and 4 seconds left. 2-1 Babson, face-off in the Norwich zone.
Cadets definitely stepping up the physical play. A couple of hits that could have been called as penalties against the Cadets. One was laid by Nevin Lawler. I think the second was by Ryan Whittle. But the officials definitely letting him play here in the third.
The team that year, was just one of the most special groups of guys that you'll ever find. I feel like people always say stuff like that. Hindsight, looking back, like, oh, it was such a great group. But it really, the way that we came together that year was unlike any team I've ever been on before. It was just such a unique blend of so many different personalities, so many different skill levels. Everyone just kind of understood their role as a team, and was happy to do everything to help the team succeed. It's like, you think of myself and Matt Lear, who were, assistant captains of the team that year, and, we were playing on the fourth line and killing penalties, and we couldn't have been happier to do that. It was, it just kind of, there was just so special that year that everyone just gave in and bought in, and the only thing everyone was worried about was the success of the team.
Above the glass, and we'll face it off at center ice. 8:54 remaining in regulation. Babson 2, Norwich 1.
We continue to see the Cadets just miss on their long up ice passes into the neutral zone. That time Babson was trying to launch it back in. They threw it in a little too high.
Nizgoda on the face-off against Matt Lear here in the center ice circle. And Lear won the draw to the near boards. Weideman tapping it to the Norwich line. Puck taken by Whittle. Whittle up on the far boards. It's tipped in over the line by Cotnoir, but Beavers take it right back. Weideman's pass ahead at center ice. Now Cotnoir ahead for Gorman. Shane over the line, handing it off. Nizgoda spinning around, tried to hand it to Cotnoir. Pierre wasn't quite ready for it, but makes the play. Shot saved as it was blocked away to the corner of the zone. Nizgoda cranking it.
The number one thing Coach Rice preaches from the first step, on the ice, team defense. If you can't defend, you're not going to be able to score. It starts keeping the puck out of our net if we're going to win more games. I can't say enough good things about everyone blocking shots. It makes my life a lot easier. You look at the shot totals that they put up there, and it's, maybe skewed a little bit here or there just based on the actual totals that they put up. But a lot of credit goes to stuff that doesn't even get put on the scorecard or the score sheet, and that's block shots. I think Shane Anderson's missed I don't know how many games from broken bones from blocking shots, and it just became like something that he became passionate about, and it's just infectious. But you weren't going to play for Coach Rice if you didn't block shots, and I think our team embraced that, and individuals embraced that, and it becomes it becomes contagious. Once one person does it, everyone wants to do it, and it's more it gets people up more than I think scoring a goal.
Caught it between the pads, 7:22 in regulation time. In a 2-1 game, Babson with the lead.
And the Cadets, they just keep that pressure up, but George, they're having such a hard time breaking out of their defensive zone. Well, albeit Babson stopping the puck at the offensive blue line or just breaking it up in the neutral zone.
Off the face-off, puck to Hale. Long bank pass down the ice. And no icing. Yes, it is icing.
But that group of seniors had really, in their own way, not being the most vocal guys, had gotten, the message to the guys that, hey, we need to dig in and dig deeper. And you look at that game, and this was a team we could play with. And I think, again, talking about the toughness, I think like the not backing down when you look at that standoff, like that was them. They just, we're not going to back down. We may get beat, but we're not running, we're not hiding, we're not backing down. And I think that was really, that was probably at the root of it, why we were successful and why that senior class and the upperclassmen, that junior class was so important to the overall framework of what we became.
Again, here at Kreitzberg tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, they will play the ECAC East Women's Championship game, Norwich and Manhattanville. Game will be on NSN tomorrow afternoon. We hope you will check that out, or even better, come on over to Kreitzberg and take it in tomorrow afternoon. The Women's ECAC East Championship game. If there are comparable rivals in the women's game to Norwich and Babson, I'd say Norwich and Manhattanville, pretty good example.
Yeah, exactly. They're really the two best programs in the ECAC East in the women's side, and everybody before this season was picking Norwich and Manhattanville for the championship game. That's what they're getting, but listen to this crowd at Kreitzberg come to life for the Cadets.
Face off in the cadet zone, and the circle to the right of Parker Carroll. 7:16 left, and Norwich down by 1. Donato on the draw, winning it, but the Cadets pick it up, poking out to center. Duzinski picking it up. Thomas with the burst of speed. Kyle to the net for the shot. Goes in hard. The net comes off. Testa goes sliding. The puck is in the far side corner, not anywhere near in the net. But Thomas just said, "Here I come. See if you can stop me." Testa's down on one knee. Takes his helmet off to check it, but he's fine. And we'll get a face-off. They're going to say Norwich knocked the net off, so they'll bring the...
Norwich has always been a team that, you know, and it may sound silly or simple, but, you know, with them it's one of two games up there. It's either a tight nail-biter that go either way, or they wax you. You know, as I said, when we beat them 4-1, I mean, that was kind of like, woof. You know, not many people go into Norwich and beat them by 3 goals. So, and the second period was a fairly even period. Certainly the third period, the ice got tilted a little bit, and Zeke was at his best. He was at his best, then some. But, you know, the first and second period were fairly even periods. You know, chances both ways. I remember, I think PT had one coming down the slot. He got a rebound and either, you know, the goalie made a save or hit the post. Like, we had a couple good chances in the second period that we didn't convert on. I think Troy Starrett had one too, or Smitty had one. So, like, we had a couple chances in the second, you know, to maybe go up 3-1, and we didn't. So you get a little nervous, man. You know, you're at Kreitzberg, you go into the third period, you're up a goal, it's a championship game. You know when you go out. I mean, as well as ones that probably for the first 5 minutes you really couldn't hear yourself talk. You know, it was insanely loud. And I remember they took a timeout at one point in the third period, and we're a team that really never takes a timeout or use it that often. And we kind of just kept rolling. It was, you know, not to be corny, a little bit like Miracle was like, hey, just keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. Don't do anything that can, you know, change the game. And, of course, we take a penalty late, which we kill off. But, again, that was kind of the resiliency of that group and that team.
Puck out to center. Babson chipping it back in. Lerval rolled it to center. Picked up by Smith. Smith handing it off. Driscoll across on the far side. And Babson shooting it into the Norwich zone as Bowman took a hit right at the Norwich bench gate. Now the Beavers dig the puck free. Tizopoulos in behind the net, worked by Whittle. They jam it back there at the backboards, right in behind Parker Carroll. Official wants him to move it, and he was about to give him the whistle. Now he does. And we'll get a face-off with 5:49 remaining. Tanner, what do you get for shots here?
Norwich 29, Babson 16.
And in the third period, it has been massively Norwich.
In the third period, the Cadets have 8, Beavers have 2.
Face off Norwich zone in the circle to Carroll's right. And Donato on the draw, beaten that time by Forkey. Cadets flip it out to the center ice area, bouncing puck knocked away by the Beavers. Tapping it back inside the line to get it Courier over to Theta. Left wing, pass at center, Thomas. Gives it back, Theta and Duzinski. Duzinski over the line, the shot, and Testa reaching out, makes the save. That might have been going in behind the net as he reached out to his right. The face-off in the Babson zone, 5:33 in regulation. Norwich down 1, 2-1 game, all of the scoring in the first period.
But the pace has just cranked up by every minute.
The draw into the corner, and in after it goes Thomas. Thomas, corner of the zone, comes out with it to the circle. Kyle circles out high, looking for some room. Now to the right circle. Goes deep. He'll go around the net again. Tried to shovel it out in front. It was knocked away. Fury puts it around the boards. And stepping across Hale, held it in. Now down on the corner, right wing side, McElhaney. McElhaney had it taken away by Kravitz, but McElhaney gets it back. Walks it out in front. Now Thomas back on the point. Zach Fulton's shot was blocked. Getting a piece of that, shaking his hand after the block was Franklin. Cadets get it in front. Forkey, and reaching up with the glove to pluck it out of the air as the puck deflected up was Zeke Testa. He'll hold on to it. 4:57 remaining. 2-1 Norwich. Face-off, Babson zone.
Coach McShane on the cadet bench giving the guys a round of applause. They continue to create scoring chances. You just got to keep doing what you're doing.
Nizgoda on the draw, steers it to the net. Testa covers it up. As Nizgoda steered it to the cage and went right in looking for a loose puck. But Zeke Testa equal to the task. Face-off, Babson zone. Nizgoda, they get it back on the point, right side. Whittle shot blocked, got it right back. Put it up the sideboards. Cotnoir feeding it in front. And finding it and gloving it is Testa. He is in a zone. A face-off in the Babson zone. 4:48 to play. Nizgoda on the draw, goes sideboards into the corner. Cotnoir goes in after it. Cotnoir tied up there with one of the Babson skaters. It's Franklin. Puck dug out Nizgoda. Donato tied him up. They battle in the corner of the zone. Nizgoda and Donato. Now the Cadets unable to control. Stepping up though, Whittle held it in. Centering pass for Gorman went by him. Gorman cranking a shot, saved by Testa. Rebound comes to the sideboards. Norwich shoveling it down deep. Cadets to dig it out. Centering pass in front. Turning. Here's an opportunity and a shot by Whittle. It's loose at the side of the net. Now Norwich thought the puck was in, and the official says no, and the Cadets will regain back in their own zone. Tanner, what do you think?
Oh, it sure looked like it was in the way that the puck came out.
Now the puck controlled at his own line by Yankee, handing it off to Mulvey. Mulvey inside his own line. We're under 4 minutes now. Norwich down 2-1. With it in his own zone, Whittle feeds the pass up on the far boards to Theta. Theta got bumped. And Norwich at center, stepping over the line, Allen. Allen with Mulvey. Allen stops. Allen turning right wing boards. Couldn't get an angle. Allen lays it back on the point. Fake by Courier. The shot blocked. Allen keeps it alive. Allen back on the left point to Courier. Steers it through, and it's put in behind by Testa. Now we get a Cadet whacked hard in behind the net. Delayed penalty. Shot by Theta. Testa with the save. And we'll have a boarding penalty. It was Allen who got nailed to the boards. And Kravitz is going to go out with 3:18 remaining. Norwich down 2-1. They get a power play.
Let me correct myself here, George. Back in the second period, I said now would be a better time more than ever for the Cadets to solve the power play. I think now is the best time.
Third period there, I mean, they had us hemmed in the zone for, after that, that power play that they had. But yeah, totally just such an embodiment of the team and as a whole, and just the way that every guy on our team was willing to do anything to win that game. And that's the Babson hockey team attitude that Coach Rice instills on all of us.
Throughout his career in Norwich.
Face off in the Babson zone to Testa's right. The draw into the corner, and Heavey falling down. Norwich gets it free on the point, Cotnoir. Right side, Forkey. Back to Cotnoir. 5 forwards on the power play. Thomas at the circle. Cotnoir the shot. It's blocked in front.
We've been really blessed with a lot of teams that I would say are, authentically tough. But you look at it, our top line didn't score that game. I'm not sure they had but one shot. And we just have some incredibly tough, selfless kids. I mean, Ryan Heavey, the defensemen on that team, Heavey and Anderson and Fury and Wiedemann and Volman and Kravitz, and even kids who didn't play that game like, Tommy Callahan, and Joey DiPietro, who wound up being a captain. I mean, just unbelievably tough kids. And again, Andrew Benaz is probably as physically courageous and tough a kid, him and Mike Driscoll, as we've ever had. But, Nick Taziopoulos, the leading scorer, block shots, Troy Starrett stuff. It was another year. I don't think we were that heavily penalized. We're traditionally in the bottom group, but that team was authentically tough. Like, just, not back in, not give an inch, nothing phased them.
Norwich changing up. Nizgoda, Yankee, Thomas, Courier, and Theta. Theta right point. Courier walks it, or Theta hands it off, gets it back. Now Yankee, down low side of the net. Back to Yankee, behind the net, Nizgoda. Pass deflected across the goal mouth. Beavers look to clear. 35 on the power play. Theta able to hold it in. With the puck, Yankee along the sideboards. Back to Theta, walks it to the middle. Back to Yankee, down in the corner for Thomas. Back for Yankee, goes for a shot, it's blocked away. Bouncing back, left point, Courier, 20 on the power play. Now Thomas, circling out high. Kyle leaves it on the point. Theta, left side, Courier. Down low, Yankee, picks it off the backboards, in the corner, behind the net to Nizgoda. Nizgoda, behind the cage. Gave it up now to Yankee. We've got 5 on the power play. With the puck, it's Courier. Down in the circle. They try to center one, and Yankee's shot was blocked. He gets it back. Out of the penalty box, the Beavers back at full strength. Norwich brings the goaltender, extra attacker, coming off the bench. Cotnoir fell down. He finds the puck and rockets a shot, and Testa put it into the corner. We've got a minute to play. Norwich down 2-1. They've got the extra attacker on. Beavers shoot it out for the empty net. It'll be wide, and that will be icing.
We never felt like we had it in the bag until we finally heard that last buzzer, and it was definitely probably the highlight of my hockey career was that win and that weekend, and just being with a group like that. Still today, it was 7.5, 8 years later, we're all still, pretty close. We still hang out all the time if we're local. If not, like we're in text messaging groups, like still making fun of, various portions of that year when someone made a mistake and giving each other a hard time. But it just kind of felt like everything that we'd worked for across the 4 years and the 100 or so games that we played, all kind of came together in one moment. And to share that with Coach Rice and the other seniors and everyone else on the team was truly a moment that you kind of reflect on. It kind of gives you goosebumps to feel that, we finally did it, and they can never take that away from us.
Have such heartbreaking losses their freshman and sophomore year. And then junior year, we had just a tough year across the team, injuries and so many things. And then, so to not only avenge those 2 losses to them previously, but then to come back from such a disappointing year, our junior season, and have that, kind of capping it off for us seniors who, as I've said, that team was so special, but the 6 of us seniors that year, I still talk to those guys on a very regular basis. You know what I mean? It was just such a special group, and just like, it sounds so cliche, but just such a storybook ending to such a great experience, both on and off the ice, both on campus and in the rink, and it just really speaks to the volumes of what Babson College stands for, what Babson Athletics stands for, and what Babson Hockey stands for. It just, these are the guys that are your friends for life.
You can't repeat that feeling. You can't describe that feeling unless you're in the moment. And, again, it was one of those things where it's like we had won a championship after a 4-year season because we had worked so hard to get to that point. And again, we had come up short a few times beforehand that it was just a mix of emotions, finally getting over that hurdle. We do feel like, to what I mentioned earlier, how we were striving to be recognized at that level, that beating them at their rink in the championship game finally elevated us to that, respect, where we could get over the hump. But again, it was, hey, that's great, but we want to do more, obviously, with the national tournament, right? But it was such a great feeling being able to win it, especially up there.